Wow. I've never been so far this off the table.
All right. See, we got that's on. Okay, family. Let us know real quick if you can hear us in the chat. Mic check 1 2 3. Mic check 1 2 3.
3, 2, 1.
Wait to see who comes through. I can hear it on Seafood Larry's computer. Okay, so I think we're all right. So if I'm wrong, please do correct me. Hey everyone, it's good to be back. It's good to see you all. Thanks for joining us on your Sunday or Monday, depending on where you're at in the world. I'm your host, CJ Jamie. This is Seafood Foo. We also have Seafood Larry in the house. I'm sure he'll pop in from time to time. And we're going to talk about Kung Fu, martial arts, health, fitness, wellness, all the things within reason, of course. So let's see who we have on. So right now we have Ed, we have John. Ed's coming in from Rhode Island. John says, hi, I hope everyone is doing well. I can't talk already. This is bad. We got like another 45 minutes to go plus. Daniel, where is everyone? Right here, Daniel. Where are you? Let us know. Let's see. Shalom says, hi, guys. First question of the night. I'll get back to you there. Daniel's coming from Edmonton, Canada. We also have Melanie currently on, coming in from Southern Utah. And we have Caesar coming in from Tijuana, Baja, California. All right, cool. Thanks, Melanie. Appreciate for letting me know that. All right, family. Well, since we have one question to get started, we're going to go with that. So Shalom wanted to know, what do you think about the Drunken style?
I think Drunken sounds nice. It's very difficult to do, but it's beautiful to look at.
Right.
It's awesome in the movies. In terms of combat system, I don't know whether it would be good for practicality because combat people are moving in and out dynamic. It's hard to move like that when you're trying to look off balance and coming in. I don't think it as effective as something like boxer or judo or something because once you get in, that's it. Drunken boxing is a deceptive art. It's to make you think like you're losing your balance, so the person comes in and you can attack them. So it's like I'm hoping he comes in type of system, or if I attack you, then you know, it's always like this off balance looking thing. Well, they're in balance. I'm not saying they're off balance, but it's again, I just rather stay rooted, come in, shoot the punch in fast rather than try to be deceptive. I'd rather just go for it rather than try to use deception as a means of trying to win, you know. So I think it's great in the movies. I don't think it's good in practicality.
And there you go. That's the news on the Drunken Monk style from Sifufu. All right, let's see what other things we got going on. Cackler says, update New York. What do you think of Hwarangdo?
Hwarangdo, the Korean art.
I haven't seen that one before. Okay.
I like this.
What do you
I
think
think
of it?
it's nice. Uh, it is a kicking system too, as well as a striking, but mainly kicking. I think it's effective. Like anything, if you do it right, it can be very powerful. They do have powerful kicks. They do have very high powerful kicks, and they do a lot of aerodynamics as well. I don't think the aerodynamics would be so great. It would be great for one-time use. You couldn't keep doing it. You'd be exerting too much energy. But Hwarangdo's okay. Like anything and everything, everybody teaches their system a certain way. Some Hwarangdo will probably be better because it's more traditional versus street fighting. The street fight obviously would be more effective in the combat zone, where if you're doing it like for competition, then obviously it's not going to be as solid or strong. It just depends on who you're learning from and how the principle is. Like there's good Wing Chun, bad Wing Chun. There's good and bad and everything depending on the teacher.
Well, your Ralph should not say Sifufu. Our names only come on ours, so that would be why. It'd be a little weird if we had a bunch of Sifufus running around, if you know what I mean. Okay, so that'd be a little odd, but that's why it's not on there. Sorry, you can't be the Sifufu. You could be the Sifu
Seafood
Ralph
Ralph,
one day, okay, but not Sifufu. Sorry
unless
about
you
that.
legally change your name.
Well, and there's that, you could do that, but I wouldn't recommend it. It just, might be a little
Unless you like the name.
cringe. I mean, a little, I think I seen that in a movie somewhere some time ago. Let's not be that, okay? But glad you got your hoodie. Feel free to take a photo in your hoodie and share it with us, and we will share it via social media and stuff like that as well. We like to, have our people repping in their gear and all that good stuff. Let's see. Daniel said, would you mind showing what you think are the best 3 Tai Chi moves and push hands?
Okay. I don't mind showing the push hands, but I can say to me, I don't have a 3 best move.
Yeah,
I'll
no
give you
such
3
thing.
best points that you want to keep.
I think that's a
Okay.
good one.
And that would be better for you because no matter what move you do, it's going to rely on these principles. They don't change. The only thing that changes is the angle and approach that you go, but the way you base, the way you drive, the way you torque, it's all the same rules. Okay. So the 3 best thing that when you're doing push hands is 1, have forward intent. Okay. Always have forward intent. In other words, if she's pushing me, right, and I go like this, do I look like I have forward intent or look like I'm trying to get away from her or get her off of me? So you can't do that. I always have intent, like I'm going to exaggerate to push me, but I always have, see, it looks like I'm going forward with her. So see, I'm going, that's my forward intent. So you always have to have forward intent, okay? So the forward intent is having a very strong base and drive. So when I feel her pushing me, I'm going to push my elbow towards her palm and direct it towards my palm at the same time. So she could feel the pressure build on the arm. So that's forward intent there. So that's giving me structural integrity. That gives me the forward intent. It gives me the force, the structure to create control. Okay. Now the second thing that you want to do with the principle is to basically redirect the pressure. So anything that comes on your arm should always be directed towards your palm. So your arm's like an escalator. No matter where she puts her pressure on my arm, I am always taking it towards my center palm. That's the second point that you want. So if she's pushing me, push me any way you want. See, I'm always taking it to the palm. See, no matter what she does, she pushes me down here. You see, I'm always going to the palm. No matter what she does, she can push me this way, this way. No matter what happens, you see, I'm always going to go to the palm. No matter what happens, I will always bring the energy towards my palm, like an escalator. No matter what she does to me, whether she pushes me this way, I'm always going to direct it to my palm. So if she was like pushing my hand down, let's say, I'm going to my palm. She takes my hand towards my face, I'm going to my palm. She pushes my elbow down, I'm going to my palm. She pushes my hands down, I'm going to my palm. No matter what happens to the pressure, I'm always going to bring it to the palm. It's like an escalator, like I said. All pressure must be directed towards the wrist. Okay, that's your second part that you want to keep at all times. Most people, when they feel pressure, they'll go like that, and they don't go to the palm. They go to point. So I'll go, and I'm pushing right back at her. She's here, I'm pushing into that point. You're supposed to go to your palm, not the point. So no matter where she is on me, so she's pushing, I'm not going to go like and push back to point. Never do that, because now it's pressure, now it's strength, now it's force. So your goal is to bring it to palm. The reason why is because first one, like I said, is to create structure, structure to create integrity, so you don't break, so you don't push me and go, oh, like you have to have some form of structural integrity to create a pressure, to create structural control. Okay, so that's the part of the first part. Like I said, the second part is to direct pressure off you, which is the drive. It's to send anything that she puts into the wrist. So this way, if she pushes me and I go to point, I'm actually challenging her. So now she can be stronger than me and overpower me, or she could be skilled and dump me, because she could feel me push into her. She could just dump me if I do that, and she could just dump my energy if I made that mistake. Or she could be a strong person and just overwhelm me. So the reason why you want to direct any pressure towards your hands, because there's no pressure build up on you. Push harder if you can. Push harder into me. So no matter what she does, she can't push that into my arm. Okay, and the third part, what I just did there, is the turning of the wrist, the return of energy. So I create structure, so I can create integrity, so I can create, like I said, so I can create pressure, so I can create all that. So I can create my yang. My second point is to dissipate pressure, so I don't have to fight for that. I can actually keep maintaining the same pressure by redirecting the force. And the third is the return of energy. So you have to be able to take that energy and return it. Otherwise, if you keep directing, you can only go so much before it takes you. So a pillow can only be so soft until it can't give no more, then it becomes hard as rock. So if a pillow can't compress no more, then it's going to be resistant. So you can only give so much, because if you don't convert it, you only have so much to give. Eventually, you have to fight. So the third part is the redirecting of the wrist. So as she's pushing me, I go ahead and that hook. See, I'm able to return that energy right away, because I can hook it. And a hooking of the wrist is not this, which everybody does. That is not a hooking of the wrist. That's an extension of the arm. A hooking of the wrist consists of two things: a torquing and arcing somewhere, and a drive to accompany it. You can't torque your wrist without the drive. Otherwise, you will extend. If you don't have a drive behind the torque, you will extend to make the torque work. But then you're not driving to the wrist, you're driving the point, and then you're making the hand follow rather than lead the pressure. So your hands have to have the company of the drive. As she's pushing, you can see I'm driving, I'm hooking. You can't just do it and hook. See, I'm just hooking, there's no drive. It won't work, because as soon as I hook and there's no drive, the pressure stays on the point and she can take me. So you have to always take the pressure off your arm, and she's trying to. So I tell her, push me. Now push me, Jim, push. So you see, every time she does, you see how I'm just taking the energy, I can bring it right back. Now, did she go to her hand, or she'll look like she's going backwards? So that's why she's stuck. So I grip. So she's supposed to go like that. That's how she can counter me. So this is the key in learning how to control energy. Now, it's not just about push hand. This is combat. This is how we deal with strikers. This is how we deal with grapplers. This is like she's throwing a straight punch. My hand hooking, that's how fast I can get my hands in. I can just simply create the base, the structural integrity, right? The directing of the force to the hand, so I can give the energy, and then the turning of the hand to control that, to convert energy. So and it works off of hook punches, straight punch. It works off grabs. The same rule applies in anything that you do. That's why 3-proof is 4-proof. So when you do push hands, it doesn't matter the move. It matters the control of energy, because I could do this and she pushed me any way I want. You see how I went up? So you say I went to my hand, pushed me a different way. See, I went to the hand, push me another way. See, I went to the hand, and see how my hand hooks every time. Every time she does, I can really hook. I can hook that fast. Depends how good you are. Now, if it takes you longer, that's fine. That's how people learn. Look, I can go far. I'm taking a longer time hooking the wrist, but you see my wrist hooking. So I'm going to drive it to my hand, hook the wrist. She can push me any way she wants. And so she changes it. It doesn't matter to me. I can drive it to the hand, and she changed. I can just, so I feel the energy, and I don't fight her, because again, you could feel, whenever you feel pressure build, it means you didn't drive the wrist, you drove the point, you drove to her hand somewhere. So she's pushing me, I do this. She feels that pressure build. It's because I didn't go to my hands. I think I'm going to hands. I want to go to my hands. Reality is I actually went to hers. Anytime you feel pressure build, I actually just teaching a student this morning, anytime you feel pressure build on your arms, it's because you drove the point. If she used to grab my arm and I told her push me and push me harder, you can build. Can you feel that pressure build? Right? Make that pressure build again. No, make the pressure build. Build the pressure. Because I won't resist. She doesn't have that. And then I can turn that and say, no, are you going your hand?
No.
No, you're going here. So you got base and go that way. That's better. Feel the difference?
Yeah.
So this is the key things that you want to learn to do. And again, this works in combat. It works under grappling. It works under striking. It works under all kinds of contact point, because your wrist is what steers energy. Your arm is what creates energy. So between the two, that's a yin and yang. You have to have at least 2 points of control. If you have 1 point of control, it will never, ever, ever work under somebody stronger than you or skilled. If he's weaker than you, yeah, you can overpower them. But if somebody stronger than you or skilled, it will never work. You have to have a minimum of 2 points of control, okay? One is a base point, one is a point in which you can drive energy from, and 2 is a turning point, a pivoting point, so you can direct the pressure. You have to have a minimum of 2. You can have more than 2, but you have the minimum of 2. So in push hands, there are 6 points of control, okay? Like, even though we're doing this, and you count, like right here, where's the 6 points of control? Right? There are 6 points here. So if you can figure it out, let me know. I know the answer. I want to see if you guys know that. There are 6 points of control in push hands. So you can see, I'll give you 5, and let's see if you guys can get the 6. So this is 1 point of control, this is 2 point of control, this is a 3rd point of control, this is your 4th point of control, this is your 5th point between here and here. That's my 1 point here, and that's my 1 point here, and then individual. That's 5. Where's the 6? Tell me what you think is. You can describe it. But that's a little question for you. But that's the 3 things that you really want to keep in mind, because I don't care if it's up, down, left, right. It doesn't matter. If you use that principle, you can do all the same. It's all the same. It's like saying 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 7 is 10. Or you can say 2 plus 5 plus 3 is 10. I don't care what numbers you pick. As long as you equal 10, it doesn't matter. So you can say, well, 6 and 4 is 10. Well, isn't 4 and 6 better? It doesn't matter. It's the same. It doesn't matter which way you do it, as long as it equals 10. And you can even go more and say, like, 15 minus 5 is 10. You can go to that. You can do division. You can do multiplication and consider that more complexities, like me moving body and turning like this and moving this way. Just learning all that stuff. So the key, like I said, is really getting your principles. And those are the 3 points that you want to remember. Moves is nothing, because move can be changed in the middle of it. And if you don't do it right with the principle, then it'll never work. So that's really more important than thinking about what moves are best. It's how to control it best is the key.
Well, that, and the fact that the energy of the other person's going to really dictate what you're going to do anyways. You can't really think about, like, oh, I want to do my 3 favorite moves, like every time or whatever, because it's irrelevant when you're actually engaging with someone. Let's see what other questions we have. That was a lot of good stuff.
But where do you think the 6th point is? So guys, write that. Where do you think the 6th point is? There's 6 points. When we learn push hands, there are 6 points of that control in that push hands. You can see 3 between each individual hand points, and then between the hand, and then the arm and the hand. Where do you think the 6th point is?
I don't think they got it, Sifu. I think you have to let them know, or make them wait till next weekend if you want to torture them.
Oh, maybe.
All right, well, we'll let you guys think about that a little bit longer. Let's go ahead and go back here a little bit in the chat. And okay, so we talked about that with Daniel. Let's move on. Lester said, long time no see, Sifu, Seafood Larry, and CJ Jamie. Hey, Lester, good to see you, brother. All right, let's see. Shalom says, Sifu, what crane spreads its wings in Tai Chi or in White Crane 2 in application? Thanks.
Stork spreads wing, crane spreads wing is this in Tai Chi. This have applications. All the moves that you do have applications. So in stork spreads wing, this is actually to teach you how to take anything on your arm and rotate them up or down, depending on which way they are connecting to you. So so when she punches me, now in the form, you practice routine just for the practice of learning how to do the move. It's not combative move. So you're not gonna be like this, okay? It's understanding she's punching me. So I could do like this and see how I can bring the energy. So from here, this little hook here punches me, I go like this until I can, and again, I can go into that. So stork spring wing is to meet pressure on the arm, and then if I told her just now pushing me hard, pushing me hard, like this, you see, there's no control there. That's just me fighting it. Do it again. See, I easily, and I can do it. Stand with my feet together. I don't know if you can see it, but I can put my feet together. I don't have to fight it. Throw your weight in there. No, throw your weight in there. Put your weight in there. So see, again, I'm learning how to work with her energy, not fight her energy. So I never have to throw my size, my weight. So you can see I'm standing with my feet. Do you see me struggle with my body? See me straining? No, I don't, because what I'm doing is I'm controlling the point of energy. I'm not trying to fight the energy. I'm not trying to get rid of it. I'm not trying to slow it down. I'm actually maintaining the point, and I'm learning how to direct this. Kind of like sitting in a car and steering a wheel when it moves. You just feel the force and you learn to control the force. If you don't control the force, you're going to want to crash into something, right? So when you do this, you learn how to feel the pressure and you learn how to deal with it. And again, what we just talked about last time, I create structural integrity, which is the base and the drive behind it, so I can move the energy to the hand, and I steer it. So when she's punching me, this part of your form like this is for you to catch. So she's punching me, you can do this and just catch it like that, and then you can do her hit, or I could just do like this and go straight down into this. So when you're doing this here, this hand, this can be used to hook down, and I can bring the hand out.
Yep.
So again, I don't have to go up, I can go forward to a hit. Again, you practice the form to train the muscle to move, not to train to move that specific order. Learn the form, the order, because we have to develop it somehow. So the form is made so you can just develop it. But really, you're learning how to feel the energy and move the energy. You don't want to memorize how to move in sequence. That's just for learning. In combat, you do it by feel, just like dancing. You feel how to dance. You don't memorize steps to dance. You have to feel it to dance. That's why you see like 100 people who don't have any pattern of learning how to dance can feel music. You see them move differently but they all look good, because if they're learning how to feel the music and work with the music, they all look natural. They look well. And it's the same. This is the same thing. So stork express wing is the ability to catch underneath the arm or over top the arm. It is to take the pressure. And she's throwing a hook punch aside.
Okay.
So I could just throw harder. So you can say, no, throw harder. So you can see just here. Now look, see my hand goes up, boom, and come in. So, and she feels the energy. She could feel, she's like, man, I don't want to hit hard. But she could feel, and I'm not even trying to hit hard. She's hurting herself because I'm returning the energy. I'm not posing energy. And this is the thing that we want to do. So when people are punching, you want to create that base and the structure, like I said, because you have to create some form of hardness. That's what your base and structure is. She's giving me a straight punch aside. I could do light, okay? Because I didn't throw that base hard forward fast. I did it kind of like to say 5 miles an hour. I can do it like she punches again. I do it at 20 miles an hour. She feels a harder impact. Now that I throw more force, I increase speed. So to create more force, you increase speed. Okay? You can add more mass behind it, but that's what you're supposed to do. That base and the drive is your mass. If I took the mass away, she'd feel a lighter impact.
Right.
So that hardness I do is because of how fast I go with that base drive. And then how well I turn my wrist, or how fast I turn my wrist, and how well I turn. It will be deciding how quickly I can turn that energy back to her. If she's punching me, I do like this. Obviously, she'd take her arm off long before that happened. Whereas I do this, and she goes, see, I'm already in. So I go up and hook the wrist real fast. So, and she feels the impact.
Yeah.
She feels, goes right into her. And that's that
Right.
idea of what
Right.
storks, and it doesn't matter what I do, whether it's a brush left knees, single whip. The rule and the principles always the same. The goal is to learn how to use the energy from the base, the drive, and the torque. This is why we emphasize 3-proof all the time. If you want to come in hard, you don't come in from extension of the arm. You come in from the evasion of the base. And then the way you hook the arm, it's like me putting a bottom jaw and then coming down with the top jaw together. And that creates the bite, which is why I always say when we impact, we want to feel the bite, because that's where they're going to feel all the pressure go.
Awesome. Hopefully that helped you, Shalom. Let's see. John Jay says, it is not good. I had someone with the same first name and 1 letter off last name and pronounced the same. It was not fun. I would get blamed for things I was doing. Yeah, don't get us in trouble and change your name to Sifufu and then go do things that people don't like and get us in trouble. Just don't do it. It's not cool. Not nice. Sorry you went through that, John. Daniel, so am I to understand that it is elongating the energy points where it's already empty, and is that how you're leading with torque, arc, and drive?
Okay. So I don't understand what you mean by elongating. I am meeting someone's force. I am never trying to get into their force or reach for their force. I have a zone I keep my arms in. So when I move, you see my arms within this range. I don't go and go out of that range. If I need to come closer, I will move my body closer. I don't throw my arms more. So I always want to connect and reach that point through my base, not through my arms. And a lot of people, they tend to do this and then they do this. That's wrong. You are no longer controlling a point. You're forcing a point. You should always create a base with a drive, not with a base and an extension. That's not a drive. A drive is from the elbow to the wrist. So when I'm engaging, I'm always going to be like this. Now the pressure will go up to the hand, and then how fast and how well I hook my hand will create that return to attack. So my base and my drive is to get me to intercept, to connect, right? The 3 C's is connect, conform, control. Okay, so I connect with that base and the drive. The conforming is wherever I feel the pressure telling me to go, I'm going to work with that energy. And then the wrist taking it back is how I control the person. So if she's giving me like a straight punch, my connection is from the base and drive. So see, if I just did a base and no drive, I'm going to have a hard impact on my arm. It's going to wind up hurting my arm, especially on a hook punch. Okay, what I want to do is I want to get a base, but I dissipate the pressure so I don't have to fight the pressure. If I just throw a strong base like this, it could be a very hard hit back into my arm. So it becomes very difficult for me to handle someone much bigger. So my job is to take the pressure that's coming this way and bring it upward. So I tell people all the time, imagine there's a box in someone's arm in their fist. Okay, there's a square here. Your goal is to hit them to the corner, inside or outside, depending on which way you're connecting. So she's punching. I'm always going to pop her arm and punch heavy. But I always bring it towards the corner. Okay, somewhere in the corner, just a little bit. You don't have to make it big. You don't have to throw the arm out. Just enough just to go boom, and then my wrist turns and she's punching. Now the wrist turns and goes in. So now that's how fast I can get the hands in. I get the corner and then I turn the wrist. So if I do it slow, you can see if I go, I connect, right? Here's my, you see the drive and the torque. See, it comes right off and I can come right in. That's how quick it should be. Your wrist should move no more than 2 inches. If it moves more than 2 inches, you're doing it wrong. You're throwing your arms, you're pulling your arms, you're pushing your arms, you're extending, you're dropping, you're doing something wrong. When I intercept someone's hands, it's only within a 2-inch wrist turn. So if it's like this, you can see here, like right here, you'll see, boom, that's it. That's all I need. That's all I need to go in, to get in. When you're doing like this and you're going, that's not your wrist turn. That's your arm pushing. She's punching me again. I go like this. See? That's all it takes. See? I just go up, rotate the wrist, I'm in. If you're doing this, that's not your wrist. That's your arms. That's your shoulders doing it. And it's wrong. So that would be an incorrect way of moving. When you do it right, your wrist should turn only within 2 inches, and your arm should only really move within 2 inches. You don't need more than that.
Yeah, it is very small. And the idea is to get it smaller and smaller.
What's small?
Just like the movement. Yeah, it's very
the wrist
tiny.
gets smaller and smaller because, again, that allows you to create a counterattack faster. Obviously, the longer it takes for you to counterattack, the more time you give him to respond and counter you. So your goal is to get into one motion. You're hitting into hitting in. You're not getting his hands out. You're doing it so you get your hands. That's why I tell people all the time, don't think defensively because you will try to get their hands away from you or you try to push them off of you. Your goal is to get in. Not to get his hands out, it's to get your hands in. So that is your focus. And if you see my movement, it's always small. She throws a hook punch, she's doing it on this side. When I do this, so they can see it, I don't do this. You see, that's not my hooking of the wrist. You can see that's extension of the arm. You see where I'm connecting her here, and I gotta do this, versus here, hook. So punch, watch. I just do this. It's there, I'm right there. If I need to, I just turn the wrist and I come in. Or I can go like this, don't punch hard because it hurts you. So, and I can go in and hook that in with the base. Again, am I defending? Am I pushing her hands out? Am I going in to hit the arm to hit the face? I'm using her arm like a diving board. I'm hitting it so I can send the next energy to her face. Your movement should be small. Anything big, you're really not controlling the point. You're trying to go after the motion. Our goal is to control the point, never go for the motion. The motion is something that is a sign that you did the point right. If you just do this and they fly off you, then you did right because I hit the point. She'll come off. It's the same theory of she can put her arm in my hand, so she can do that. That's good. She's occupying the center. But if I put my hand there, she can't put her hand there. She can't put her hand there if I put my hand in there. So I don't have to get her hands out. I just have to get in. If I can get in, her hands come off naturally because she can't occupy that same space. Right. So when she's punching me, I don't have to go ahead and get her hands out. Theoretically, her arm's in the way for me to hit her right now. Not when I turn. I just turn her off. I get in. That's all I need. So I'm just throwing a hook punch. I just do this. Like, see, I'm in. That's how fast it is. You don't need more than that. I've demonstrated all the time. I have people throw hardest punches they can. I show I break through, right? Boom, boom, boom. Because I don't waste time trying to defend. I don't waste time trying to get the energy off. I focus on getting the energy in.
Well, speaking of some good energy, our brother Caesar just gave us some super chat.
Oh, dinner
Thank
night.
you so much. He says, when feeling your energy from your shoulder, it is important to send the energy to the wrist, not the elbow? Question mark.
No, you have to go through the elbows. It has to go through the elbows in order to get to the wrist. That's 3 proof. So if I'm getting my shoulders, I will send it to my elbow, then to the wrist. It cannot go from here to here. Boxers do that. Karate guys do that. That's. It's kind of like if you had a nunchaka and you're trying to stab one end to the other. Like even if you could hold here and you do this and you push, if that disconnect is there, do you know how hard it is to get the energy from this side of the stick of the nunchaka to push to that side? Because that loose point there. Now imagine we tied that and made it connected. When you the direct force from here to here will go through here and it goes there. That's how it is. If that point is loose, like I'm not putting the energy in my elbow, then it's like I said, it's like if I hit the stick, that giving of that chain, it won't get strong until the chain can't give no more. Then you can push right here. By the time most of that energy is lost. That's why you can still punch and hurt someone this way. But it's like it took you like 500 pounds to get 300 out. When you do it right, you could do 200 pounds and focus the energy, and you get like 350 pounds out of it because of the way you focus the energy. So that's what you want to do. So shoulders always go to the elbow. That's the rule. No matter what you do. No matter what, whether I grab it, whether I strike, whether I block, whether I lock, it doesn't matter. I'm always getting that shoulder to the elbow. And then from there, the elbow to the wrist, then the wrist to the point. That's how it's always done.
Hey, John, I just reconnected my mic, so hopefully it sounds better and will not be keep going up and down. I just saw your comment. Thanks for that. All right. Hopefully that helps, Caesar. Let us know if you need any more information. And again, thank you for blessing us with some awesome super chat love there. Hey, fam, if you ever, it doesn't have to be that amount. It could be more, it could be less, whatever you're feeling. Even if it's just $1, it does help us to keep doing what we do here at Enter Shaolin. So we really appreciate it. If you have nothing to give, that's okay as well. Another way you can give back is strike the like, hit subscribe, tap that bell notification, and share these videos and any of the other videos on our channel that you like on your favorite platforms. That helps us to be seen by more people and also lets YouTube know that, hey, people really like our content. So they will also send us more people. So thanks in advance for those that do that every week. We really appreciate you. All right. Daniel says it does now. All right, cool. Awesome.
What does now?
I think he was talking about it made sense. I don't know. Hopefully that's what you were talking about, or could have been talking about
The
the
mic
audio.
sound well?
I know John said better, so thank you for that. Let me go back a little bit. Hey, Darren, good morning from Western Australia. Thank you so much. Good morning
Good
to
night,
you.
Mike.
Let me go back a little bit here. Okay, we have, oh, we got a couple more questions. John, okay, took care of that one. Okay, Lester said, Sifu, what would you suggest if I'm planning to train my 6-year-old son? What would be a good criteria for children their age?
Get him learn how to hit. In a fight, it's hitting the end. Teach him how to punch. Teach him how to get the strike out. Because if he even has exchange blows and knows to hit hard, I always like to say 5 for 500. The kid hits him 5 pounds. Your son learns how to hit 500. Trust me, it's not going to be a good exchange for the other kid. So if anything, it's offenses that always wins, never defense. Defense never wins a fight. The offense does. Teach him how to hit. Teach him how to not be afraid and draw that fist. Even getting hit to carry the hit for now. Teach him how to bring that fist out. Learn him. Teach him how to get that power from such a short range where he doesn't have to rely on his size, but proper technique. Like I said, the base, the drive, the torque, rooting down, and teach him to do that 1,000 times a day. Have him just practice doing this 1,000 times to get the muscles to do it. So he eventually will learn how to get his wrist out, the elbow out. Eventually, just tell him to bring his elbow and then do that while bringing it forward, and then do that and bring it forward, and do that and bring. And if he does that all the time, he will start to naturally do it. Look, it's funny because I was just telling my son, I was teaching my son. I said, "Look, I got good because I practiced." Like I said, "Do you know how many punches I've done? I've done over 5 million punches. I've done over the years. I've probably done over probably close to 10 million punches in my life. I've done over 5 million push-ups. I've done over 5 million kicks. I've done over 5 million of everything in my lifetime. I've been over 25 years. I've trained for over 25 years without missing a single day. I got up to like 500 kicks every day. I got to 1,000 crunches. I got to 500 push-ups every day. I got to 1,000 punches every day. That's what I did. I just kept doing the same thing over and over and over. And if you see the people who do kendo, do you know why they do this move? And they'll stand like this and they'll go like this and they go. And they do this move like 1,000 times for one day. And the reason why is, and it's the same theory for anything, they're training muscle memory. They're training for their muscle to do exactly that movement. Every time they have to make that type of move, boom, they will do that to the exact degree, to the exact speed, exact control all the time. So when you're practicing the training, have your son train the punches. Teach him how to get that punch out. If anything, instinctively, if some kid throws a punch at him, he will naturally just do this because that's what he does all the time. So train him to do that. Train him how to bring that fist out. Train him to bring the punch in. And if he does that 1,000 times a day, he will instinctively and naturally do that every single time someone puts their hands up on him. He will just start doing that. Like I said, offenses wins fights. Defenses doesn't ever win fight. So offenses win. You'll go look at any MMA fight ever and have anyone ever won by blocking or stopping a guy from attacking them. Nobody. Everybody wins from attacks, whether it be from a lock or from a strike or a combination of both. It always comes from the attack. So don't teach them how to attack or defend. Teach them how to attack. And so just focus on the hits. That's the best thing. At 6 years old, he doesn't have comprehension like an adult can. He doesn't have understanding what principles and energy is. So just when I was young, my grandfather just told me to stand on a horse. He didn't teach me why. He didn't tell me why. He said, stand there, don't move. Put me in a position. Say, stay there, don't move. I'm like, what the heck is that? I'm like, okay, like what am I supposed to do? He didn't tell me what. He explained nothing to me. Just said, stay there. He had to go somewhere. He said, stay that way until I come back. And so at a young age, it's hard to comprehend exactly what it is, why he's doing it, but he can mimic you, what you're teaching him. And so just tell him, no, don't move the elbow, hold the elbow like this, and tell him to do this 1,000 times a day. Just bang, bang, basic stuff, get the muscles used to it. You develop muscle memory. He may not have comprehend why he's doing it, but he can understand. When I was younger, I was taught like, you gotta learn to use the earth for power. You gotta learn to use. I'm like, how the heck? What do you mean? I didn't understand it. I understand it clear as day now. You have to root yourself to get your power. Back then, I didn't understand what that means. Like, I was like, I have no idea what he's saying. But as you get older, you start to comprehend things. So teach him just how to follow you to attack. Get him to punch. 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 Even get him to kick. Teach him how to kick. Get him to do a front kick, side kick, slant kick. I don't care which way you do it. Just
No,
get him
now
to make the
one-on-one
attack.
course, brother. If you want curriculum to walk through to help you, to help your son, even at 6 years old, literally walk through the lessons and the one-on-one course inside of Enter Shaolin and the Nudak Na one-on-one course specifically. That will help you because even the Qigong, the 10 exercises, I taught the girls when they were that age. It is something they can do. You can make it lighthearted and fun, something for the whole family to do, and you all will benefit. And also help your child to self-regulate and realize that they can control their breath, they can control their emotions, and just the health and wellness benefits. And they don't need to understand it. It's not super complicated. There's core exercises in there and other training drills that are really for someone that is just getting started. And you can take them and simplify them as much as you want. I don't know if you're part of the VIP program, but if you are, you can also send in videos with you and your son, and we can help you to refine what you're doing with him whenever you want as well. So just wanted to throw that out there. Real quick, I wanted to give Ralph a shout out. Thank you for some super chat. Love, Ralph. Ralph also had a comment earlier that was converting energy and stirring it. Fascinating technique that still excites the knowledge to practice religiously. Well, that's good. If we're exciting you to practice on a regular basis, we are doing our job. So thank you for the super chat, love, and that comment. Let me know if you have any questions. We do still have a little bit of time, and I would love to take care of that if you want. Let's see here. Kegler says, I'm writing out my workout and training to clients. One wants karate, the other physical fitness, but no bodybuilding. Okay. Well, I mean, you could definitely combine those elements and stuff and help them out with that, but good job. Hopefully that goes well for you.
Bodybuilding doesn't have value when it comes to combat. Having big muscles does not mean you have power.
Calisthenics exercises. Give them some of that.
Yes.
That will help out. And we have tons at Kagler inside the core training section, tons of options and things if you want to use any of those to help them out. Let me go real quick. Sorry about that, John. John says, Sifu, I've been practicing the push hands and feel like I'm yielding too much. Is that a thing or is it just in my head? It feels almost like I'm letting them have a chance to take instead of my control.
Okay, so you gotta always weigh out what you're doing through the consistency of pressure. If you feel like you're getting lighter just before you do anything or he gets you, then you run away. If you feel like you're getting heavier, you're pushing against them. Always go for the feel. Don't try to do the move. When I teach my students and they can't, they're trying to do, I was like, listen, you're trying to do the move and you're forgetting the feel, the energy. More importantly, you want to feel energy. That's how you improve much better. It's like trying to dance to music without feeling. You're counting the steps, but you're not feeling the beat. Feeling the beat is like feeling the energy. Counting the steps is like just trying to do the move to get from one point to the other. So start feeling if you're getting lighter or heavier in your move. If you like when you do you feel lighter in that point? That means you actually pulled off of him. You didn't turn into him. You didn't keep a pressure that's consistent. You didn't keep your pressing control. You could start creating pulling control. So if you start to feel lighter and it builds, that means you went off of him and then he was able to put pressure into you and you have to fight from collapsing. And it's not him getting stronger, it's you actually fighting yourself from dying. That's very common. And if you feel like when you do a push, so she's pushing me like this, and I go like this, and I start going, and I go like this, and take advantage of you. That's because right there, she can feel me come off. You cannot change the pressure, like I just talked about earlier. You have to create structural integrity. When I do that, I broke structural integrity. There's no structural integrity. There's nothing the hand can do anymore. She has to feel the same pressure when I move there. She doesn't feel change. You ever feel change in my pressure at all?
Not unless
Never-
you're purposely doing it so they can see
No,
what's
I
wrong
never
with
change my pressure. Right. If I'm like this, she does this, and I listen. No. I'm gonna put my hand up.
Okay.
So I do that. I go like this. You see, that's me pushing. She can feel that.
Yeah.
Or she can just shove it into me because she can muscle me and do that or convert me. So you have to, when you're doing the move, stop thinking about how to get him off you or how to push him. Start concentrating on what you're feeling when you move. And I teach my students, I do that. I say go very, very slow. So like I do this, and she can just say when you feel you make a mistake.
When?
Okay.
When?
Okay. Hold on.
When?
So see, now she's telling me what and I'm like, yeah, I can stop. So stop going for the move and go like doing that and go like this. Because you're really doing it wrong. You're forcing. Try to do the move. She'll say when I do it wrong. When?
Wow. Yeah.
But can
Sorry,
you?
I was concentrating
No,
on me
I know.
doing it
Well,
wrong.
thanks.
I was
But
like, I
can you feel me go off and pressure?
Yeah, you went a little
No,
bit.
no,
Yeah.
not me. You. I'm talking about me when I did this. Here, when
Hold
you did
on.
this, can you feel pressure? And you didn't say when, because you didn't feel pressure change.
No.
Right, and this you can
That's
feel. Right,
yes.
so you can feel.
Yes.
Can you feel pressure change? No. So during this move, the pressure between this here and here doesn't change. Push me. You can feel pressure
Yeah.
change, right? So when
Yep.
right, you say when. Say when.
When.
Right. Can you feel any pressure change during that move?
When.
No, that's your pressure. That's not mine. I can put pressure into you. I can't have
Okay.
pressure coming to me.
All right.
That you did it wrong there.
All right.
You can always put pressure into your opponent. Can't push pressure against your opponent. Can't have your opponent pressure into you. But you could always put pressure into your opponent. So you feel the pressure build, that means you fought me.
Got it.
If you feel like, for example, if you feel my pressure build, like push back at me, like extend on purpose. No, extend on purpose. And now you feel me not putting pressure into you. You feel me putting pressure against you.
Gotcha.
Put pressure into me. Am I against you or am I into you?
And
So there's a difference, okay? So when you feel pressure build on you, when you feel your body having to exert more energy, you're fighting them. Now, you can die and you wind up fighting anyways. If you die, you will find a fighting, because what happens is when you break structural integrity, she's going to put pressure and you're going to fight to come back. So either you fight to the beginning, which means you're fighting from the beginning, or you're going to collapse, and that means you're dying and you're fighting to save yourself. and that's what happens all the time. Positive times the negative is a negative, negative times the positive is a negative. So it doesn't matter. It's all going to be a negative whichever way you go about it. Okay? Now, two negatives can feel positive, because she can push back, I can turn, like, oh yeah, I did it well. No, your muscles, you won because you were stronger. You had more force, you were more, but movement should be effortless. You should never make an effort to make these moves when you do proper control. That's why I could go like this and come over here, and I can put my feet together. I don't need to, throw my weight, but she pushes me. I don't need to force her. I need to control her. See, now I can feel her. So she's trying to look for that pressure to push. She's not gonna, because I won't fight her.
No.
She's not gonna feel me fight her. So she's looking for me to make that mistake. If I do this and I go, oh crap, I just made a mistake in front of the camera. No, I did that on purpose. But you can see, as soon as I make a mistake, I give her the ability to lock in on me, because I'm fighting her. I'm giving her energy to take from me. When she's doing it, whenever she's putting pressure on me, I'm moving it to my hand. Again, I'm always directed to my hands. I don't do this. I'll do so. I don't do. That's not going to the hand. That's me pushing my arm, and you can feel the pressure build, right? So can you feel that?
Yeah.
So if I said, say when you feel me make a mistake.
When.
Right.
When.
Right. See,
When?
she's feeling me get lighter or heavier. She's feeling the change.
Yeah, there's
Your
you
goal,
can literally feel it.
your
Yeah.
goal is not to make the change of pressure. If I do this, she can't feel the pressure change.
No.
She doesn't feel any pressure change because I'm on her. She can change any way she wants. I'm always being on her hand and I keep her control. So if she feels me go off, say when.
Sorry.
You're supposed to say when. Yeah.
I'm
So,
just like, throw.
no. It's just, so you can see when I do move, she can
When?
tell. She can feel
When?
what I'm doing here.
When?
So that's, you want to pay attention to your pressure, not the move. So when you're doing this, John, you have to start moving where, let them say, oh, when they can feel it. Then, and then you'll start to recognize yourself. So start going slower. Slow, smooth as fast as that. You can't go by force. What, like that. People's objective when they're doing like push hands, they're trying to get the guy off. And they'll do it by force because their objective is get it off at any means. Like, oh yeah, I got him off. I did it good. No, if you have to force it, it's no good. Even if you can successfully do it by muscling, that's not skill. That's just force. You happen to be stronger than the guy, and you were winning because you had some skill, more strength than him. But if he was 3 times your strength, there's no way you're going to do it.
Because do you think that maybe he's pulling away from them?
Yeah, well, he said he's pulling away. So you're more likely dropping, and then you feel him come in. If you feel it getting lighter, that's why you have to pay attention to your pressure, not to the move. You pay attention to the move, you're not feeling pressure. It's like thinking steps, you're not feeling music. You're not feeling the beat. You count the steps. You're going to be off all the time. You got to feel music to work with music. You got to feel the energy to work with the energy. So you got to feel when you move, like have the person say, anytime you feel a change in pressure, just say when. And he'll say when. He's like, oh yeah, I recognize it now. Oh, I just dropped it. Oh, I just fought. Have the person who you're pushing just start saying, listen, don't worry about the push. Just feel my energy. If you feel me off, just say when. If you feel any change in pressure, just say when. And they can start to say when. And you're like, oh yeah, I noticed that. Oh yeah, I just felt that. And if you go slow, you'll notice. You'll start to recognize when you tense up. You'll start to recognize when you collapse. You'll start to do, and this is common. Here's the common thing people do. If you push me up, like up towards here, they'll go like this. See, I went up and I pulled. See, my energy went into me because I'm thinking of going away and turning like this. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to go up and hook the wrist. You're not supposed to go backwards. You're supposed to go forward. You can yield backwards. You cannot go backwards. Yielding backwards means I can physically go that way, but I always have forward intent. Going backwards means that you're going that way with no forward intent. That's when it's wrong. Yielding has to have what? Purpose of yielding is to, anybody know?
LCDB says, got it.
Purpose of yielding is to, anybody know the answer to that?
Waiting. Do, 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 do.
All right. Purpose of yielding is to take. If you yield and you don't take, it's false. You're going to get taken. Purpose of yielding. So if I yield to her, watch. She's pushing me and I'm going to yield. See this? Do you see any take? So she, do it again. See, I took it? Boom, I took it. I yielded with the hook. So like a crowbar, one comes down, the other part goes up. Small arm moves large, small arm uses a small movement, but it's more powerful. So that's the same. Here's the pivot point, long arm of the crowbar, short arm of the crowbar. She pushes my arm in more, let's say. I go in this way. No, don't push. I just push this one in like this.
Okay.
What you feel here, I'm gonna go boom. So it's a crowbar, hook. So you can see, she's pushing me hard. I go right back. Everything she does goes back to the hands. And she's doing 2 hands. I'm only doing 1. I don't even have to do the other hand yet. So you can see how when you're good, you don't need to. And again, this works great. I've done it in grapplers. I've done it against grapplers. I've done it against strikers. And it works very, very well when you get good at it. I mean, people throw punches, like, boom, boom, you're in the face. Like, how the heck did you get in so quick? Because they're not even done their punch. I'm already in the face. I'm getting so quick because I don't waste time getting the hands out. I focus on getting my hands in. So I go very, very fast because I know how to turn my wrist and get my control right. Okay. By the way, the 6 point. Does anybody know what the 6 point is on push hands?
I don't think anyone figured that one out. Damien did say that not fair that he had to run to his keyboard, but he did say take. Now, was that after you already said it? Was he actually thinking it? The world will never know.
As long as you know, whether I said it or not, as you know, as long as you know, that's good. That's the purpose of yielding is always to take.
And John said thank you, Sifu.
Huh?
John said thank you.
So there are 6 points in push hands, right? So let's go over it. Now I'll tell you where it is since no one knows where the 6 point is. This is 1 point. This is 2 point. This is 3 point. This is 4 point. This is your 5th point. And here is your 6 point. So your palm to your elbow, that's your 6 point. This and this. So she's pushing me here. That's 1 point. See, that's 1 point there. She can feel 1 point
Mhm.
versus like this. Do it again. See, that was a broken point. So there are 6 points in push hands that can be changed or interchanged depending on how the energy works and how you
Nice.
move. So those are the 6 points in push hands.
Now you know the secrets. Okay.
Out control.
All right, family. I think we pretty much got everyone's questions. Lester, as far as body conditioning, there's stuff in the one-on-one course for that too. So I would definitely go and start that. That is definitely a great foundation for anyone. And real quick, family, since we don't really have time to answer any questions, I did want to share my screen in case you did not get my email, because this ends, I think, tomorrow. Let me share. All right. So I don't know if anyone's been paying attention to their emails, but we have our annual gratitude sale going on right now. I need to fix that. I tested it out on different size screens, but apparently not the same size as my lovely laptop. But that says Anna Shaolin gratitude Kung Fu sale. The code is grateful45. So all you guys got to go is to annashaolin.com/join. This is for if you're new and you're signing up for the first time, you can take advantage of this awesome offer. Or if you are already part of Inner Shaolin and you want to upgrade to a higher level, you also can use this code as well. And it ends in 1 day and 5 hours. So, chop to it. So instead of having a Black Friday sale, Thanksgiving sale, Cyber Monday sale, we just have a gratitude sale, and it kind of covers the gamut of it. So definitely check it out. You don't have to go to this banner and click on up level again. You guys can just go to entershaolin.com/join, and then make sure when you choose the one that you want, like, I mean, I would highly recommend the Lifetime Abbott, but like, you do you, boo. So in there, you fill out the information, and then at the bottom here, I don't know why my screen is lagging. Sorry about that, fam. You go put in Grateful 45 and then hit
What's
apply
5?
coupon. What's 45? It's 45% off, bro.
Oh, okay.
That's why. So, and it'll automatically show you. So whatever you decide to choose, it'll show you your discount and the total price and all that good stuff. So again, entershaolin.com/live, use coupon code grateful45 to get 45% off of any of the memberships. Okay. So take advantage of that. And if you guys have any questions, I will be in the office late tonight. So you can email me at support@entershaolin.com. You can call, but it's going to go straight to voicemail because it's after business hours. And I will also be in the office tomorrow. Also, real quick, fam, on Tuesday, which is right around the corner, we got invited to another online expo with a company called Go Brunch. It's a world building event. So if you're an entrepreneur, business minded, or you just love Inner Shaolin and want to support us, we're going to be talking about Qigong and how it can help entrepreneurs show up to be their best selves in as little as 10 minutes, 3 times a day. All right, fam. So I will be sending out an invite about that tomorrow. So if you're not on our list, make sure you join. Go to entershaolin.com/gifts, fill it out. Make sure you let us know that you want to subscribe. There will be an email sent to you, and then you'll get an email with a welcome letter on how to sign in and get access to our free intro course, our 5 video series, and our ebook on the Nodak Na principles. I totally almost like created ebook and a bunch of other things into one word. Just ignore that part, but the rest is relevant. Again, entershaolin.com/gifts. I'll make sure to put that stuff in the chat before we wrap it up. Was there another question or comment?
Yeah, someone asked, Sticks asked the question. He said, what do you think of Mike Tyson, Jake Paul, weigh-in slap? Um, I don't know if that was real or not. I think they did all the stage to bring the hype up.
They made lots of money. Okay.
Because in the
Lots of
end, they
money.
both admitted they weren't trying to hurt each other.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is true or not. I know this is true. They both got suspended from boxing because they were not really fighting. And Mike Tyson admitted that he wasn't trying to hurt him. And then Jake Paul said he wasn't trying to hurt him. So
They really were
weren't
not trying to hurt each other. It was pretty obvious.
and then there are times they showed videos where Tyson could have gotten him, but he never did. From what I heard, I don't know if it's true because I don't know the contract, but they were saying Mike Tyson can't get the full 20 million unless he lasts the 8 rounds.
Oh yeah, I
So-
saw it. It was
So,
all
and I don't know what they signed, so I can't say it's true or not because I'm just going by what I heard. So that was all like that's what a lot of people were disappointed because they weren't really fighting, to see who was really gonna win that fight. It was Jake Paul had to win that. He's the one who set it all up and made it so that Mike Tyson get a good big payday out of it
And
if
he
he
got,
lasts
yep,
all 8 rounds.
yep. It was so
If he
sad.
knocked him out the first round, he would have gotten paid. So that's why he came in so hard in the beginning. And then I think that they showed a huddle point where they said that this is probably where Jake Paul said, "Hey, you gotta lighten up," because then they were showing like how Mike Tyson tapped on the back of the head to let him know that he acknowledged you. And then after that, he didn't rush in hard anymore. Like it was after that point, and they were showing all these points where Tyson, as a boxer who he is, he would have gotten the hits. And they saw that he punched, he pulled it, shortened it. They were showing video clips that Jake Paul was totally open and Mike Tyson had the punch, but he pulled it away so he didn't get the hit in. So they were showing slow clips of all these opportunities. Tyson could have gotten the shots, but he didn't. He pulled the punches in. So whether it's true or not, again, I'm not there. I don't know, but
I've seen
it looked
enough
like
data.
and like from both of them, they said they weren't trying to hurt each other. So that they both admitted that.
This is why I don't watch sports anymore,
And the
guys.
world of boxing itself,
One too many times I've been
they
disappointed by fake
suspended their
stuff.
license. So it just
It
a
seems
lot
more
of
legit to me.
in the air crap. So
Yeah, not,
but
not
I'm not gonna
smart.
say that it is true, it's not true, because I'm not there. I'm just going by what I read, what I saw, and what I see. Like, yeah, they weren't really trying to fight. They would dance around for the last like 6 rounds, just throwing punches here and there. Nobody really engaged. So,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, it was a
from based on
very,
what I see, my conclusion, I'm not gonna say it's fact, it's my conclusion that that was set up, that they weren't really gonna fight. They were just gonna do a big showdown type of thing to make people riled up, ramped up, pay all this money so they can get a big payday.
I'm gonna say follow the money, do your due diligence. It was totally a setup. Anyways, moving on. Okay, fam, we're gonna go ahead and say goodnight to y'all from here in South Jersey because we are 2 minutes late on our members only webinar. Hey, for those of you that got that lovely coupon code, again, Grateful45 to save 45% off any of our memberships, whether you're brand new or deciding to upgrade your accounts, go to andershaolin.com/join. All that is down there below. If you sign up in the next 15 minutes, email me at support@andershaolin.com and I will send you the code to be able to get into the Zoom members only webinar. Members, we'll see you in a few. Everyone else, we'll see you next week. We're back on track. Love you all. Peace. And keep an eye out for my email tomorrow about the event. Hope to see you there. Bye, everyone.